'cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you were.
Hi Stampers, it's Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And today it's Friday, and that means it's Fancy Fold Friday. So I have this great explosion card for you. And as you open it, there's just a wonderful little trees, and all the trees have lost their leaf, and we are just giving thanks for all things. I am bringing in my Simply Scored scoring tool, and this is a piece of 8 by 8 Whisper White. First thing that I will do is that I'm going to score it 4 all the way down. Then I'm going to turn a quarter turn, and I'm going to score again at 4. Tool tips. What I did is that I have a hard time scoring in a straight line. So what I did is that I took a couple of markers and I just made marks all the way down, so then I could see it at the top and also see it at the bottom. So that's going to come in handy today. So I'm going to go right at this 6-inch mark, and it is the darker mark, and I am going to create a line from one corner to the other corner. Okay? And then my last line that I have will be over here, and it's just going to be from corner to corner, and it's going to give me the half flap here. Okay, so this is a way that it would look normally. I am going to line myself up on this line, and then also at the bottom, making sure that the line will be straight. And again, I am just going from corner to corner. So those are all the score lines that I have. Again, 4-inch, quarter turn, 4-inch, diagonal from the corner all the way down, and then also at the opposite corner. For all things, and I am using the leaf, and I'm also using the acorns. From the Hostess set, Good Greetings, I am using the Give Thanks. And then from my Lovely as a Tree, I'm just using my trees. So I'm also going to give you another little tool tip. And that is, a lot of times when you are working with these photo Palmer stamps and it being bigger, you really want something underneath, give it the best image possible. So I am taking my piercing pad and I'm just going to put it underneath, printer sheet on top. And then I am going to start my stamping. First thing that I'm going to use is my trees with my Mellow Moss, and I'm just going to stamp them on the opposite end of the half scored line. Line it up and make a nice little image. I'm taking just a piece of printer paper, taking some of my adhesive, putting the adhesive on the back, and then again all I'm going to do is take some of the sticky out of it, so then it can be used a little bit like dado or reposition tape. So then you also can put it on and use it as a mask, and then you do not have to worry about your paper either being torn or getting on the main image. I'm going to take my leaf and I am going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow. And so I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm just going to stamp on my paper. Again, I am stamping off, and I'm going to just turn it. I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm just going to put one right in the middle. So that's what my green's going to look like. And as you can see, it's giving me a pretty good image. You know, I have to say that using your piercer pad is one of the best. It's well worth it. So now I am taking my crushed curry, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to stamp off and place it on top, stamp off, and again go for random stamping. And last is going to be stamped off, and I'm going to put it right on top. So this will just give you a little idea that I've masked this so it shows on part, but not on the other. You will also have to clean your stamps every time you change your ink. So now I'm going to go with my cherry cobbler, and I absolutely love this color. So from here, the exact same thing. I'm going to stamp off and stamp on, and I'm doing really, and that was not a very good one, it went off the side. I'm really just stamping about 3 in every spot. And then my last ink that I'm using is Night of Navy. And again, I'm just going to be covering up holes as I stamp off and stamp on. And then my last one, my Early Espresso, and my little acorn stamp set that I have. And now I'm just going to fill it out in just some of the holes. And again, I'm stamping off, stamping on. And then the last one, again, just gives me a nice fall color. And that's really what I'm looking for. My Give Thanks is Rich Razzleberry. And with this, I am just finding some open areas, and I am just going to randomly stamp again in different places so you can really see the beauty of this. And then my last thing that I will do is take off my little mask and do my Give Thanks right underneath my trees. So that's all we're doing with the card. Now, the easy part of the card then is that we need to take our bone folder. And my suggestion, so the card opens and closes pretty easy, is to make sure that you do it inside and out. So this would be my inside of my card, and then I turn it the other direction, so I'm going towards the outside. I'm going to make sure that I get that corner to corner. Okay, and again, scoring is going to give it a nice crisp edge to it and make it easy for me to fold. And this card is just, it's so beautiful. You can use any color, you can use any stamp set, and it's just really fun. Now from here, with keeping my loveliest tree at the top, I'm going to just fold at the score, place this down, and all I'm going to do is just make sure that I score it, and then I'm just going to take my bottom scored edge, and again, this is how it's going to open. Alright, so from there, I am taking a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and I'm also using, this is really awesome, and it is the Big Z Autumn Accents. And all it is are all these wonderful leaves with this great big old acorn. So I'm getting this great big leaf, and I'm going to run it through the Big Shot. Then I am going to use my Versamark and my Give Thanks for All Things. And I'm going to Versamark that on the front of my card. And then I am going to add some white embossing powder. So then I'm just going to get my leaf, and I'm just going to put it on, put adhesive on the bottom part. Okay, the bottom part of the leaf. And from here, I am just going to find where the top is, find where the middle of my two scored edges that come together are, and I am just going to adhere it to the front. So that just gives it a little bit of flair as you open. I just love this card. I just think it's so beautiful. I'm taking a piece of 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 crushed curry, and that is going to be the back of my card. And then from here, just give it a little diagonal. I'm going to do a little more, like 1/4 of an inch up at the top edges, and I'm going to make more of like 1/8 of an inch at the bottom. Okay, so that's what kind of the bottom looks like. This is what the top looks like. And I could just reposition it just a little bit. Better, there you go. All right, so then when you open it, it looks like it has a beautiful matting in the back. All right, so that's how easy the card is to make. There is one other card that I made today, and this is all about the stars. And I just wanted something that was nice and shiny, and so I made this out of the gold embossing. And this is garden green ink with cherry cobbler, and this is crumb cake. And then after I was done, and I don't know whether you can see the shine or not, but I added some frosted vanilla spritzer to it. And then of course I had to bling it up just a little bit with my rhinestones. So that's the other card. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed stamping with me today on this fabulous Friday. And if there's any way that I can support you, please let me know. Please feel free to go to my website and get the PDF. Go to my Facebook page and like me, and you'll get lots of wonderful ideas and classes and new things that are coming out. I also have a Twitter account. All of that can be found on my blog at www.ktstamps.com. So have a great day. Bye.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so